Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everybody, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know guys. Okay, everything is fine. Yeah, great. So we'll not be wasting any more time. We'll directly start with the class itself. Okay. Yesterday I had shared with you guys the notes for today's class, like of all the days class. Am I right, guys? I'd shared the note with you guys. Please do let me know. The notes are still in the description of the video itself. You might be able to see it from right over there. Notes are still in the description of the video itself. I hope that you guys will be able to see the notes of the class from right over there itself. Okay, great. So we'll be starting off immediately with the learning part itself. Okay, we will not be wasting any more time. We'll be starting with the learning part directly. The attendance criteria, how to give the attendance and all those kind of stuff, I'll be letting you guys know at the end of today's class. What about Google Drive Bootcamp? I think so we have already scheduled it for tomorrow. I guess tomorrow 6 o'clock. So that has already been scheduled for tomorrow 6 o'clock itself. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. So the Google Drive, if somebody is asking about the Google Drive last class, just let them know that the class is scheduled for tomorrow 6 o'clock. We'll be having the class tomorrow itself and we'll be finishing it off by tomorrow. Okay, so once that has been dealt with, the next particular thing that I'm going to tell you guys is we are going to start off with the learning as soon as possible, and about the attendance, how to create, like how to give your attendance, what is the exact process, what is the criteria for the certificates and everything. We will be letting you guys know that at the end of today's class, not right now. Right now we'll be starting with the class itself. Now guys, please be a little bit cooperative with me. There will be a lot of different people in the live chat who are late the class or who were not able to listen to me carefully. In that particular case, please make sure that you are helping them out as soon as possible. Okay, you are helping them out in the like live chat, answering them, because I won't be able to answer every single question and most of these questions will be repeated itself. Okay, okay, great. So let's get started. So what I want you guys, so I understand that many of you might not be having a laptop or a desktop or something like that. Okay, I am able to understand that many of you might be not be having a laptop or a desktop. Okay, so to make sure that everybody who is coming to this particular program, this particular boot camp, is able to do everything from their mobile phones as well, we will be using something that is called as Google Colab. Okay, so you guys can just be assured that throughout the entire bootcamp, whatever we are doing, whatever we are learning, whatever practicals that we are doing, whatever coding that we are doing as well, you will be able to do that from your mobile phone. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything. The second thing is about the attendance. I'm telling you guys, we'll be letting you guys know at the end of today's class. But one thing that I'm letting you guys know right now, if you're not listening to me throughout the class properly, whatever I'm explaining, whatever I'm teaching, okay, there will be one question in attendance every single day related to whatever I have taught in today's class. You will not be able to find the answers for that question on internet as well. So if you're not listening to me carefully, you'll not be able to answer that question. You will not be able to get the attendance for that day. So please make sure that whatever I'm teaching right now, whatever I'm saying right now, you have your undivided 100% focus on what I'm saying. Okay, so please make sure of that, otherwise you will not be able to get the attendance itself. Okay, okay, let's get started right away guys. Okay, so if you are able to see, this is the video, this is the YouTube video that you are currently watching right over here. Could you pass my phone? Adya? Okay, I think so. I need to pick up my phone itself. Give me a second guys. I'm opening up the live chat on my mobile phone as well so that I'm able to see your chats. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I've started to see your live chat as well. Okay, like I said about the attendance, that will be told to you guys at the end of today's class, not right now. The only thing that you need to remember right now itself is that if you're not listening to me carefully as of this particular point of time, I'll be teaching you guys a lot of different things. I'll be using some great examples for that as well. Now, there will be one question in the attendance that is related to the class that I have taught to you guys today. If you're not able to answer that question properly, if you're not giving a correct answer to that question, you're not going to get the attendance for that day. So if you're not listening, if you're coming live in the class as well, but you're not listening to me, you're not going to get the attendance. Okay, because we need to make sure that the certificates are going to only those students who are actually like putting efforts into the boot camp itself, learning in the boot camp. Because only those students actually deserve the certificates. The rest of the people don't deserve it because they haven't learned anything from the boot camps. So we will make sure that we are doing this. Okay. So this is the video that you are currently watching. Okay, this is the video that you are currently watching. If I am scrolling down below, right over here, in the description of the video itself, you will be able to see a link for the notes. You are able to see a link for the notes. Okay, so just click on this particular link itself, guys. Okay, click on this particular link itself right over here. This will take you to the notes that are for this bootcamp, and if you want to continue learning Python, you can continue using these notes as well. What we are going to do right now is that we are going to go on Google as a website, and we are going to search for Colab, Colab. Okay, we are going to search for Colab, Colab. So as you're able to see, I've searched for Google Colab. I'll be explaining you guys what Colab is, how to use it and everything. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. So as you're able to see right over here, we have searched for Colab, Colab itself. It's a free platform. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. So we'll be just clicking on this little link. It will take us to Google Colab. Now, please do not do this along with me. Please listen to me first of all. Okay, this entire boot camp, because when you are doing things along with me, you will be lagging behind and you won't be able to focus upon what I am saying, what I'm teaching. So in that particular case, please do not do things along with me. Listen to me very carefully. Learn from what I'm showing to you guys. After the end of the class, try to do it once again. That is how you should be proceeding further with it. Okay. And those guys who are writing present sir in the live chat, are you guys idiots? Nobody asked you to do so. भेड़ चाल में ही रह जाओगे. You will all be like sheeps moving around because you just like follow other people blindly. If I have not said something, I have not said you to write something in the live chat, please refrain from using the live chat itself. Okay? Great. So right over here, as you are able to see, it has opened up examples, recent, Google Drive, GitHub, and upload right over here. Now, I want you guys to click on GitHub. Right over here. Once you're clicking on GitHub, what I want you guys to do is, so the notes that you opened up, okay, this was the YouTube video that you were watching. Okay, if I'm just opening it back again, this is the YouTube video that you guys are currently watching. In the description of the video itself, you'll be able to find the link to the notes. When you're clicking on that, it will open up the notes for you guys. Inside the notes, you will be able to find the link to day 1. Okay, there is a day 1 data types and operators right over here. Okay, there's a link to day 1 data types and operators right over here. Click on this particular link. Okay, click on this particular link right over here. Once I've clicked on this particular link, okay, it will open up the notes for you. As you're able to see, these are the notes for the day 1. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to copy the URL. So right click on the URL, copy the URL. Okay, copy the URL for this particular page. Once I've copied the URL right over here, I want you guys to go to Google Colab. Then you have to replace whatever is written right over here in this text field, and you have selected GitHub right over here. I want you guys to paste the URL. Paste the URL right over here. Once you have pasted the URL, I want you guys to click on search. Search right over here. Okay. Once you have clicked on search, it will open up the data types and operators for you guys. And you can continue further from here. The entire notes that were available, I've opened the entire notes right over here, where you will be able to like write your code, run your code, and everything. Now, like I said, why are we using Google Colab and what is Google Colab? These are the two questions that I will have to explain to you guys. See, you guys are messing up the live chat. It's your like thing. Live chat is meant to be a place where I'm able to look at once and see some of the questions that you guys are having so that I can address them. If you guys are messing up the live chat, it's your lookout. For me, I don't care about it. I'm here just to teach. I don't have to answer every single question. I do because I like teaching. Okay. So if you're messing up the live chat, it's up to you. For the day 7th of the Google Drive bootcamp that was happening, that is going to happen tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So for those who are asking about that again and again, just make sure that people are able to answer to them as well. The rest of the things, okay, if you're not focusing upon the class, I am guaranteeing you that you are not going to get the certificates. Even if you are in the class itself, you are in the class, you are live with me right now, but you are not listening to me and understanding what I'm saying. Because there will be some questions in the attendance every single day that is related to the stuff that I've taught. If you're not able to answer those questions, you're not going to get the attendance for that day. If you're missing a single attendance, you're not going to get the certificates as well. So I'm trying to make sure that you guys are able to understand this. So please do not mess up the live chat. At least let people who really want to learn. If you don't want to learn, you can fuck off from the class. There's no need to be in the class itself. With these certificates, you're not going to get the certificates eventually. That's the point. If you're wasting the time in the live chat writing present, so you're not going to get the certificates. Okay, because you're not listening to me. You're busy with that bullshit. So if you're not listening to me, you're not going to get the answers, because we'll be turning off the comments for this video. We'll be making sure that you only have 5 to 10 minutes to fill up the attendance form. You're not going to get the answers anyway. And these questions aren't something that you can just Google and get the answers to. These questions are going to be such a case that it is going to be unique for those students who are in the class. So try to make sure that you are able to focus, be here for the learning purpose itself. Okay. And yeah, so let's continue from right over here. And again, I'm ignoring the live chat until unless the point that these guys either leave the class or are cooled down. Okay. And if that's the case, everybody who is writing present sir in the live chat, I can make sure that these guys are not getting the certificates itself. So if you want that to happen, I can I can make that happen as well. Because for me, it's my boot camp. I can decide. I am the founder of this company. I can decide who to give the certificates and who not to give the certificates as well. So please be here for the learning. If you want to learn, if you don't want to learn, you can leave the class. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's continue from right over there, guys. I'm not looking at the live chat anymore. So yeah. Okay, so what is Google Drive? So what happened was machine learning, deep learning, data science, all these topics that are there. These are very computationally expensive topics. Means to run the programs in these fields, it is very like computationally expensive. What do I mean by computationally or graphically expensive? That means that these programs have a lot of mathematical equations that go behind it, a lot of mathematical calculations that go behind it. So it requires a lot of computational power. It uses a lot of computational power, whether it be the RAM, whether it be the CPU, whether it be the GPU, or whether it be some other hardware that are involved with your computing purposes itself. Now, in this particular case, not everybody at any point of time. So, for example, I am lucky enough to have a great workstation at this particular point of time. Not everybody has an access to a great laptop. For example, my Ryzen, I have a Ryzen processor, 5000 series, Ryzen 9, and an GeForce RTX something. I don't know which RTX it is, but looking at the logo, it's an RTX. So I'm having access to great hardware. Not everybody has that access, and getting access to such great hardware is very monetarily expensive as well. So what Google did was, Google decided that, okay, no issues in that. We will provide the hardware to you for free. We will provide the best quality hardware that is there in the industry for you for free, so that more people are able to get a hands-on approach. They are able to get that benefit opportunity of getting a hands-on approach on all these topics that if these resources were not provided to these people, then they wouldn't have learned it at any point of time as well. So what Google did was Google had a lot of servers. What a server means is that servers are basically used for serving the files. Okay, whenever you do a search google.com, where is the website coming from? It is coming from a server. A server is nothing else but computers. Okay, if you have seen a server farm, let me just show it to you guys. So a server farm looks something like this. You must have seen these kind of stuff in like Hollywood or Bollywood movies where there's like lines and lines of servers that are there. A server is nothing else but a computer itself. It's a nothing else but a computer that does not has a display. A computer that does not has a display itself. So it has its very own RAM, its very own CPU, its very own GPU as well. For those who don't know what a CPU and a GPU is, I hope that a basic information about computers is already there within your minds, that has been taught to you guys in third standard. So, and every single board that is there. So I don't think so that needs to be explained. So what happens is that Google as a company has a lot of different servers as well, but most of these servers were sitting idle. Okay, nobody's using these servers. So what they did was, nobody is using this, we are still running it, we are still having a lot of different, like we have to pay for it as well. Why not to just provide these to people who want to code, who want to learn data science, so that they are, even if they are not having the resources, they are not having a proper CPU, GPU, or even if they don't have a laptop, they are able to run their codes. So what happens right over here is that this particular website, that is Google Colab, it lives on your computer. It's a browser, it's a website. Okay, as you're able to see, it's a website, it's not something that you're downloading. It's there on your browser itself. Okay, so it is not exactly requiring any resources from your own computer or your own mobile phone as well. You're just opening up a browser and running a opening up a website itself. This website on the back end is connected to the servers at Google. So what happens right now is, if I click on this particular button called as connect, right over here you will be able to see this particular button. Are you guys able to see this button connect? Guys, please do let me know. Are you guys able to see this button connect? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this particular button called as connect? Please do let me know, guys. Great. So as you're able to see this particular button connect, what I want you guys to do is just click on this particular button. So what it is doing is, it is allocating you to some resources at Google servers. It is connecting your browser to the server at Google. What has been connected, it will initialize it. Okay, as you are able to see, it's trying to connect it. Once it has been connected, it is taking some time. It will initialize that instance. As you are able to see, once it has been initialized, it will show connected. Okay, it will show connected, as you are able to see right over here. Now if you are just clicking on this, okay, if you are hovering over this, you are able to see that it has allocated 12.68 GBs of RAM to you, almost 12 GBs of free RAM to you. It is allocated almost 70 GBs of storage space, fastest NVMe storage spaces to you. Along with that, it has also allocated you one of the best CPUs that is there. So it will be allocated, you have been allocated a 12th gen Intel processor or a 7th or a 9th gen Ryzen processor itself. So that is the kind of resources that has been allocated to you. Not just that, right now we are running it on a CPU itself. Okay, but later on you can run it on a GPU, you can run it on a TPU. So there's another, like, CPU is the slowest. Okay, CPU as a computation is slowest. So for example, if I'm running a machine learning algorithm, okay, it might take 3 days to run on a CPU. It will take 3 hours to run on a GPU. And there's another thing that is called as a tensor processing unit. This is a hardware, a specialized hardware that has been developed by Google for tensor computation. So tensors are basically just like you're having vectors in mathematics, there's something called as tensors in mathematics as well. And these are the fastest hardwares that can calculate or compute machine learning algorithms. So if it takes 3 days on a CPU, 3 hours on a GPU, it will take 30 minutes on a TPU. That's how fast TPUs are. But you are able to get free access to all these 3 resources. So the GPU that you get access to is a 6 lakh rupees GPU called as the Tesla GPU. That is the GPU that you get access to for free right over here. Now what happens is you write your code. Okay, let's assume I'm creating a code box right over here. Once you're able to create a code box here, let us say that we are writing print, and we are writing right over here hello. Okay, let's write print hello. Okay, I'm just writing a very small statement. We don't need to understand it. I've just written some code in Python right over here. Okay, so what this is like, just writing some code. Now when I click on this particular button on the left hand side, are you guys able to see this particular button that looks like a play button right over here? Are you guys able to see this particular play button? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this particular play button? Please do let me know, guys. Okay, so if you are clicking on this particular play button, what will happen is whatever code that you have written right over here, that will be sent to the servers at Google. It will utilize the CPU, the GPU, the RAM of the server itself. It will run that code, it will compile that code, and whatever answer that it gets, it will send that answer back to you, that you will be able to see right over here. So I'm clicking on this particular play button right over here. Let's run anyway. Then you are able to see that it is not utilizing any of your computer's resources. It is not utilizing any of your computer's resources. It utilizes the resources of the server itself and just send you back the answer. That's it. Okay, that's it. And that is why Colab is so useful. So you can like learn data science, you can do all the different kinds of stuff that you want to do just from your mobile phone as well. You don't even so. And why do I suggest you guys, even if you have a great laptop, why I suggest you guys not to use like your own laptop for data science purpose is because I have personally lost two of my laptops to overheating. So the first laptop that I lost was an i7 10th generation HP X360 laptop. That was a 1.1 lakh laptop, and the motherboard got burnt entirely. Okay, because when you are running like such graphic intensive things, okay, your computer will be continuously running at its peak performance for almost 3 to 4 days, and that is not good for a very long period of time for your computer. The same thing happened with my MacBook as well. So I had a MacBook, an older version of the MacBook itself, that too got burnt away. So that is the reason why I usually suggest you guys to like use, okay, Google Colab, because it will save your laptop, it will extend the life of your laptop itself. Okay, so okay, now that I've explained to you guys how to open up the notes inside Google Colab, how to use Google Colab, what is Google Colab, why are we using Google Colab, let's start by learning what are the different things that we are going to learn in the upcoming sessions for 1 or 2 days itself. Okay, so the next particular thing is like we are going to learn about data types. We're going to learn about integers, floats, boolean, strings, lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries. Okay, that is data structures as well. Operators, we are going to know about arithmetic, assignment, comparison, logical, membership based, identity based. We're going to learn about built-in functions, compound data structures, type conversions. We are going to learn about white space and style guidelines. All these different things are something that we are going to learn in just this particular note section itself. After that, we have a lot many number of things as well that we are going to learn. Okay. Okay, give me a second. I need to take my pump. I'm an asthmatic patient. I'm not able to breathe properly. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, so let's continue from right over there, guys. Okay, so print. Okay, we'll start with the utmost basics in Python itself. You'll be seeing this print function very frequently in Python programming. Okay, and it helps the user, basically the person who is writing the code, to see what is exactly happening in its code itself. And when you're writing a code that is like, let's say, 10,000 lines of code that you're writing, it becomes impossible for you to figure out a problem just by looking at the entire 10,000 lines of code. You want to see, okay, which particular part of the code itself has a problem. So you'll put down checks, okay, just like a dam has a lot of checks itself. Okay, up till this particular point of time, I had no problems. I'm getting my answer right over here. Okay, x should be equal to 15, x is equal to 15 up till this particular point of time. Then x should be equal to 20 right over here, x is 20 for the next 20 lines of code. So in this particular way, you can print out, okay, stuff to your screen. You can show something to the user itself. Whoever is present, whoever is using your code at the end, and show something to him, and that is where the print functions comes in. So let's see this particular stuff. Okay, if I'm writing 2 plus 7 right over here, I'm writing 2 plus 7 right over here. If I am running this particular line of code, you are able to see that I'm getting 9 as the output. We know 2 plus 7 is 9. What we are doing right over here is we are telling Python that, okay, Python, please do 2 plus 7. So Python is like, okay, I have 2, I have 7, I'll add them up. The answer is 9. What to do with this particular 9? Okay, this is the last particular line of code that I have to run. Okay, so I'll just put it out on the screen. Okay, if I to keep it in my hand, I will just put it out on the screen itself, because there is no other code that I have to run. I'm free after this. I can go out and party after this itself. That is what Python is thinking, and you are able to get 9 on your screen. Now, if I'm writing one more line of code, I'm writing 2 multiplied by 7 as well. Now, instead of clicking on this particular play button, you can also click on shift enter, and you can click on control enter, like just press control and enter, or shift and enter, and that would also work for you guys. Okay, that will also run your code. Now if I'm running this critical code once again, you are able to see that here I'm just getting 14 on my screen, not 9. So what is happening right over here? Python comes to the first line. It's like 2 plus 7, 9. Okay, 9 is in my hand right now, but I have another particular like code to run. So I'll just keep 9 aside. I don't know where I've kept it. I'll just keep 9 aside. I will just pick up the next two numbers. 2 multiplied by 7, 14. 14 I have in my hand. There's nothing else to run, so I'll just put 14 on my screen itself. That, okay, I'm done, I can go out and party right now. So that is why you are only getting 14 on your screen. So we have to explicitly tell Python whenever we want to show something to the screen itself. Whenever you want to show something to the screen itself, you have to explicitly tell Python that, okay, print this. Print. Okay, you are telling Python the print. You are able to understand the meaning of the word print, right? It's an English term. It's not something that is related to programming. You're just talking about printing something, to print something, to show something, to put something on your screen itself. So Python, because it's a very close language to your normal English itself, it's very easy to understand as well. Now, if I want to print this 2 plus 7 as well, that is 9, I'll just write print in front of it. Print 2 plus 7. That's it. I just have to write print 2 plus 7 right over here. And if I'm running my like code right over here, you are able to see that we are able to get 9 as well as 14 on our screen. Okay, so 2 plus 7 is 9 right over here. Okay, 2 plus 7 is 9 right over here. So we are able to get 9 as well as 14 printed on our screen. But this is wrong. This type of habit of writing code is wrong. Now, if you even though we know that 2 multiplied by 7 is the last line and it will show up to our screen, 14 will show up to our screen itself, but still never do this kind of shit. Okay, never pull this kind of shit. This is a wrong practice of writing code. See, the point is not just to know how to code, but know like how to code like a proper coder. Okay, see, if somebody is writing code like this, we'll consider him to be a newbie. Okay, like a newbie, a noob itself, because he does not know what are the right practices that a coder should follow. Okay, there are some conventions that are there imposed by the programming society in general itself that you need to follow. So if in the case that you want 2 into 7 to show up on your screen, you have to put it up inside of parentheses and put print in front of you. Every time you want something to show up on your screen, you have to do this. Why is that the case, guys? Because what if at a later point of time you want to come to this particular code and write some more code after 2 into 7, the 14 will go off from your screen. 14 will not appear on your screen itself, and we don't want that at any point of time. That is the reason why we are adding 2 plus 7, print 2 plus 7, print 2 into 7. Now we are running the code. You are able to see both 9 and 14 on your screen. Okay, 9 and 14 on your screen itself. Okay, the next particular thing is that whenever, so most of you are Indians, many of you might not be from India as well, no issues in that, but in that particular case, we as Indians have a like tradition. Okay, we have a tradition that we follow. Whenever we start something new, whenever we start doing something new, we eat curd and sugar before doing that. Any kind of new stuff that we do, it feels auspicious to eat curd and sugar before doing that. That is our tradition. The same way programmers also have a tradition. Whenever we start learning a new language, the first thing that we do in that particular language is print hello world in that language. And just learning how to know, like, write hello world in the language does not mean you know the language itself. It's just something that we as programmers do, that we feel that is auspicious for us. Okay, so right over here, if you want to print hello world in Python, it's simple. You just have to write print, and inside of parentheses in quotation marks you have to write hello world. And if you are running this particular line of code right over here, you will be able to see hello world printed on your screen. Okay, so that is as simple as like just writing hello world on the screen itself. As simple as that. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to hear? Please do let me know, guys. Payal Sen, like I've already said, the Google Drive clone 7th day class will happen 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. It will be a 1.5 hours class from 6 o'clock to 7:30 where the project will be happening. So please be ready for the same. Okay. Great. So let's move on to the next particular part, guys. That is arithmetic operators. An arithmetic operator is a mathematical function that takes two operands and performs calculations on them. Okay. So basically, I don't need to like make you guys understand this. Okay, this is something that you have been learning from the first standard itself: addition, multiplication, division. Okay, mod. Okay, if you guys don't know mod, I think so everybody should be knowing mod itself, because that is also something that has been taught to you guys in 11th and 12th. That is the remainder after the division between two numbers. So if I'm writing 4 mod 2, in that case the remainder would be 0. So like that is basically like mod basically means the remainder after dividing itself. For exponentiation, that is to the power. Okay, 2 to the power 2 is 4. Okay, 2 to the power 2 is 4. So that you represent as 2 star star 2, 2 asterisks and 2 again. So that means exponentiation. Okay, in some other languages as well, caret sign is something that you use, okay, for exponentiation, but in Python you use two asterisks right over here. Then the next particular division is the integral division. Okay, integer division itself, that is basically when you use two forward slashes, that we say divides and round downs to the nearest integer. So if I'm dividing 3 divided by 2, 3 hyphen hyphen 2, if I'm writing something like that, the answer that I will be getting will be 1. Okay, not 1.5. I'll be getting the answer as 1 itself. So all these like arithmetic operations, I've written their meaning as well besides it. So I don't think so I need to explain this. Please do let me know, guys. Do I need to explain this? Please do let me know. I think so you should be able to understand this. I think so you should be able to understand this, guys. If you're not able to understand this, just read through it. I hope that you know how to read English and you have studied what is remainder, what is exponentiation, what is rounding off to the nearest integer. All these things are something that a third standard student should know. And the basic requirement is at least you have covered 12th standard. Okay. So if a third standard student can understand this, I hope so you should also be able to understand that. A basic level of IQ is always necessary. I cannot sit here making you understand what is addition, subtraction, and what is remainder, what is exponent. Okay, if I'm here for that, then we need to conduct a separate boot camp for like mathematics itself, like basic third standard mathematics. That should be the name of the boot camp, not Python. Okay, so for those who are not able to understand this, where you just take your brothers or your siblings mathematics notebooks, or just bring them in, ask them what is exponentiation, they will help you understand it. 4 to the power 2 is basically 4 multiplied by 4, that is 16, that's called as exponentiation. 4 to the power 3 is 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, that is called as exponentiation. So that is the meaning of exponentiation. Mod means the remainder after dividing. While dividing two numbers, what will be the remainder of it? Okay, double forward to slashes will divide the two numbers and round it off to the nearest integer. So all these different things, I think so I don't need to explain. Okay, so the next particular thing is, like, I've made some tasks for you guys right over here. Please try to complete it. Okay, it's basically very simple. Add 7 and 2 below, subtract 2 from 7 below, multiply 7 and 2 below, divide 7 by 2, remainder after dividing 7 by 2, 7 raised to the power 2, divide 7 by 2 and round it out to the nearest integers. So please try to complete it. Okay, I don't think so it should be that difficult for you guys. I put up the expected outputs as well, so that if you want to check your answers, you are able to do this. You don't have to submit it, you don't have to do it as well. I've just kept these type of tasks so that you also have a habit of hands-on practice. Just listening to me right over here won't make it. Okay, programming is all about practice. The more that you practice, the better you will be able to get at it. That's the reason I have these small tasks for you, so that you have the habit of practicing, you have the habit of coding as well. Okay, try to do that, and it will improve your coding skills as well. Start small, slowly and steadily we will be getting bigger as well. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, so order of operations. Now, order of operations as well, I think so everybody must be knowing about it. Okay, this is also something that we learned in the 6th standard. Okay, so okay, so as you're able to see, the arithmetic operators in Python follow the Bedmas rule of operations. Okay, bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. I think so everybody should be able to understand this. So Bedmas is bracket of exponents, division, multiplication, addition and then subtraction. These are all, this is the process that you need to follow while you have a complicated calculation itself. If you have a very complicated calculation, in that particular case, this is the like process. Okay, so first you will solve the brackets, then you will solve the exponents, then you will solve the division part, then you will solve the multiplication part, then you will solve the addition part, then you will solve the subtraction part. That is how the order of operations happen, and Python also follows the exact same order of operations itself. There's also something that we have learned in 6th standard. This is basic mathematics rule. So if it's a rule in mathematics, Python must follow it, because it cannot defy those rules. Okay, so again, I have a small question for you guys. Try to make sure that you are able to complete this question. Okay, you will be able to understand something more out of it as well. Okay, the next particular part that we are going to go at is again, some questions are there. Variables. Okay, now understanding variables is a very important part of any programming language that you are learning at any point of time. So I'll try to take up, like, I will explain it in two parts. One is like a dumbed down version, so that everybody is able to understand it, even those people who don't know programming. Okay, because again, variables is not something that you will be learning in like your school life. Okay, it's not XYZ. Okay, these are something else. But yeah, the concept is very similar, so I thought that okay, no issues, I will just explain it once again. So let me go to my paint, let me divide everything, and let me make you guys understand what are variables. Okay, okay, so right over here, let me just open up paint, select the pen. Okay, so let's consider that you are a software engineer. Let's consider that you are a software engineer itself. So this is you. Let's have two hair and your head as well, because you're a software engineer, you have to apply a lot of brains, so most of your hair has just fallen out. Okay, so or else while trying to solve some of the bugs in your program, you have pulled most of your hairs out of your head. So any of the cases, this is you and me. Okay, let's assume that this is me and I'm a software engineer. I've recently shifted to Bangalore. I've got a new job as a software engineer. Let's say that I'm a fresher right now and I have been placed at a good particular company. Let's say that I've been placed at DevTown itself, and I'm working at DevTown and I'm earning like 1 lakh rupees per month as a software engineer at DevTown. So my salary right now is, let's assume my salary right now is 1 lakh rupees per month. Okay, now we are in Bangalore itself. We are in Bangalore. In Bangalore, I have to take up a particular house on rent as well. I need to live somewhere. I cannot live like a homeless person. So I rent in Bangalore. Let's assume that the rent in Bangalore is 25,000. Okay, let's have the rent in Bangalore as 25,000 right over here. Now, in the case of the rent, that is 25,000. Now, I'm living in Bangalore. It's very difficult for us to shift from one particular position to another in Bangalore itself. Like, if you want to travel in Bangalore, it's extremely difficult. Okay, so let's assume that I've taken up a bike. Okay, I've taken up, let's say that I have an Apache RR 310. Okay, that is my bike. That is my current bike right now. Let's assume that I'm having that, and the EMI, of course I'm not going to pay for the bike at once. I don't have that kind of money. I'm going to take up that bike on EMI itself, and let's assume that the EMI of the bike is also 25,000 rupees. The EMI of the bike is also 25,000 rupees. Also that I am a single particular person. I'm single. I don't have a girlfriend. I need to make sure that I'm able to get somebody like in the next 6 months. So I start doing gym as well. Okay, I start doing gym. The gym membership fees is, let's say, 5,000 rupees per month. Okay, that is the gym membership fees right now, 5,000 rupees per month. So as you're able to see, these are my expenses. My earning is 1 lakh rupees, and let's assume that my tax, because I'm just like in tax bracket itself. So let's have a tax or rate. Okay, my tax rate is, let's keep it as rate itself. Rate. Okay, my tax rate is, let's say, 30%. Okay, 30%. That is my tax rate. So, so what to do right now? So you are a programmer. Okay, now it's a big ass pain that, okay, every single month you have to sit, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay the EMI, you have to pay the gym membership fees, you have to calculate your taxes, you have to pay your taxes, you have to calculate how much money you are able to save, you have to plan it, you have to invest it. So all these different things, okay, all these different things that you have to do, it takes a lot of time. Okay, it takes a lot of time. You don't want to waste time. You're a programmer. Time is of essence. Time is very precious to you. Time is money for you. So you decided, okay, I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care about anything. I will just write a program. I'll write a program at this particular point of time, and that program is going to pay all these different things and calculate all these different things for me. Okay, that is what this program is going to do. It is going to calculate my savings, it is going to calculate my taxes, it is going to do everything for me. I don't have to care for this. I don't have to do anything. Okay, it will do all of these things for me directly. So that is your plan right now. That is your plan, and you start working on this particular software as well. You start working on this particular software. Let's assume that. Okay, so let's start. So let's say that first of all you want to calculate your tax. Okay, let's calculate your tax itself. So for calculating your taxes, your salary is, let's change the color of the pen. Let's assume that the color your salary is 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so 1 lakh rupees minus your EMI that you are able to save in taxes. So we'll be reducing your EMI, as well as, okay, and your rent as well. That is also tax deductible. Okay, that is also tax deductible. Let us assume that. So your EMI and your rent are tax deductible. So we are deducting that, and then you will be applying your rate of tax, that is 30% on top of this. That is 0.3 multiplied by all this. That is your tax. This is how you have calculated your tax itself. Now let's assume that you want to calculate your savings. Okay, so your savings would be, you are having a salary of 1 lakh rupees. Okay, minus all your expenses. So your expenses are 25,000 rupees, plus you are having expenses of gym of 5,000 rupees, plus your EMI of 25,000 rupees, minus your taxes as well. Okay, because the taxes also we have to remove it. We cannot put in the taxes. There's no savings right over there. So we have to remove the taxes from this. So 0.3 multiplied by 1 lakh minus 25,000. I've changed my writing tablet. I hate this writing tablet. It's like small as fuck. Okay, that's the reason why the class also got delayed. I was not able to find my pen of my writing tablet itself. Okay, so I've reduced the tax as well from right over here. Okay, and that is how you are able to calculate your savings. Okay, this is your savings. Now like this you will be continuing further, whatever the calculation that you want to do, whatever things that you want to like calculate, you will be calculating that accordingly. Okay, you will be calculating that accordingly itself. So what should we do right now? Now let's assume that your landlady, okay, your landlady that is there, where is my pen? Okay, the landlady is right over here. This is your landlady. She's a meanie. Okay, she does not like you, and she does not like people with a lot of money as well. So she's like, "Ki, you have a lot of money, you're a software engineer, I know. You live in Bangalore. Bangalore is paying very highly to the software engineers. I'm increasing your rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. If you want to keep on living in this house, you have to pay me 30,000 rupees. Otherwise, you have to move out from this house itself." Now, the point right over here is that you don't want to basically move out of the house. Okay, you want to stay in the same house itself. You want, because there will be a lot of cost involved with the shifting. You like the locality, it's near to your office, the society is good, so you don't want to move out of the house. So you decided, okay, no issues, man, like I will just increase the rent. Now let's assume that all this calculations, all this code that you had written right over here, it was like almost 10,000 lines of code. Let's assume that all this code that you had written right over here, these are like 10,000 lines of code. Okay, 10,000 lines of code you have written right over here. Now your salary, your rent has been increased from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees. So how to go through that 10,000 lines of code? How to go through that 10,000 lines of code and change all of my rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees? How to do that? How to do that? How to do that? Can you guys let me know? What would you do? What would you do if you had 10,000 lines of code and you want to go through the entire code itself? You want to go through the entire code and you want to change all the places where you had rent as 25,000 rupees to rent at 30,000 rupees itself. Can you guys let me know? So some of you would be very smart. Okay, let's say JB is very smart. JB has said find and replace. So what JB is suggesting is that we'll do a control F. We'll find all the places where there's 25,000 rupees. Okay, there's 25,000 rupees inside all of our code, wherever there's 25,000 rupees, we'll change it to 30,000 rupees. Okay, find and replace all the 25,000 rupees inside our code with 30,000 rupees. Can you find any flaw with that in this particular case? Can you find any flaw with that in this particular case, guys? Please do let me know. What is the flaw with this, guys? Please do let me know, guys. Can you find a flaw with this? Please do let me know. If you're doing control F and control find and replace, what is the problem that will happen? The EMI will also get updated to 30,000 rupees and you don't want that. Your EMI is also 25,000 rupees. That will also get updated to 30,000 rupees and you don't want that. That is the reason this won't work. Find and replace won't work. So the second best option that you're able to come up is, okay, no issues, for every value that I'm having right over here, instead of writing the value inside my code, instead of writing 0.3 multiplied by 1 lakh minus 25,000, I will replace each of these values by a nickname. I will assign a nickname to them and I will replace them by these nicknames itself. Let's say that the same code right now when I'm writing it, I'll be writing it as rate multiplied by salary minus rent minus EMI, and I will assign a nickname to this as well. That is tax. Okay, I'm assigning a nickname called as tax to this as well. The second thing I'm doing is save. Okay, savings. I'm creating a nickname called as save and I'm assigning it as sal minus rent, sal minus rent plus gym plus EMI minus tax. But tax is again a nickname that I gave right over here. So I'm able to use it again as well. So as you're able to see right over here, without, okay, now if I'm coming, if my landlady comes in and says that, okay, I've increased your rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees, I don't even have to look at the code. I don't even have to look or go through these 10,000 lines of code. I just have to come to these 5 lines of code that is there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 lines of code that you're able to see. These 5 lines of code that you are able to see right over here, I just have to come up here. I have to change rent. Why is this not working? I have to change rent from 25,000 rupees to, let's say, 30,000 rupees. I've updated the value of rent from 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees right over here. And wherever I've used the term rent inside my code, itself, all these rents now refer to these 30,000 rupees instead of 25,000 rupees. Okay, because now the value that is present inside of my rent is 30,000 rupees itself. That nicknames that you're assigning, so 1 lakh has been assigned to a particular nickname, that is sal, 30,000 rent, 25,000 EMI. All these nicknames that you are assigning is basically your variables. These are your variables itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. We are here to attend Python, not the mathematics class. That's great, SL gamers, and 90% of you will still not be able to understand that. This is an example for learning variables in Python. Okay. Like I said, guys, see, the point being that I am not a student. Okay, I've been like working in the industry as a data scientist, a data analyst, a machine learning engineer, full stack engineer at companies like Reliance, Jio, Google. So I'm not a student right now. Okay, along with that, I've been teaching for the past 3 years. So the way that I'm teaching, you might feel it's a bit basic, because I never considered all my students to be like of the same level. It's just impossible. Okay, I try to make sure that the weakest student that is there in the class is still able to go along with me, is still able to understand everything that is going in the class itself. I could have just opened up the Google Python, and we could have just started like, okay, we are going to start from like lists and stuff. We are not even going to look at variables and all these kind of stuff. I think so that should be the basics that you should know, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so we will try to make sure that everything that we are doing is from the basics itself, and we'll try to make sure that you guys are able to understand most of the stuff. Now the second thing that I want you guys to understand about variables, okay, so when let's assume that I want to create a variable in Python. To create a variable called as rent in Python is very simple. Just write rent is equals to 30,000. That's it. You have just created a variable called as rent. There's nothing else that you have to write. This is a Python line of code. This is a Python code that is creating rent. Okay, that is creating rent right over here. Rent is equal to 30,000. That's it. You don't have to write anything else. Now just think about it. Okay, now just think about it in this particular sense itself, that when I'm writing this, okay, imagine this as a box. Okay, imagine it as a box itself. This box has a word called as rent. Okay, this particular box has a name called as rent itself, and this box called as rent contains a value inside of it, that is 30,000. This box contains a value inside of it, that is 30,000. Just imagine this as this. Okay, that rent is a box, it has a value of 30,000 inside of it, because at any point of time, if you guys are stuck somewhere, you will be able to understand it. Okay, you will be able to like just deal with this in a very simple sense as well. Okay, so let's continue it from right over here. My back is also paining, but no issues, we'll continue. Okay, so as you're able to see right over here, guys, we have created a particular variable called as month. I hope that my screen is visible to you guys and you are able to see the text that is there on my screen. So month is equals to 12. That is creating our variable called as month. That is a value inside of it, that is 12. Okay, now instead of writing 12 here, instead of printing 12 directly by writing print 12, we can just write print month. Okay, we can just write print month itself, and month basically refers to the value that it contains. Month basically refers to the value that it contains itself. Okay, so the value that month contains is 12. Okay, so if I'm writing print month and I'm running this particular line of code, you are easily able to see that we are getting 12 printed on our screen. Okay, we're getting 12 printed on our screen. Okay, so using a variable refers to the value that it contains. Okay, the value that it contains. So Meghna CH is saying, no sir, the screen is not clear, it's blurred. So for those students who are using YouTube for the very first time, I'm able to understand that YouTube is a very new platform for you guys. No issues in that. What I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to click on the screen of the video, click on the gear icon on the top right corner of the video itself. Inside of that, go to quality of the video, increase the quality of the video to either 1080p or 720p. You will be able to see everything much more clearly if you are not using a geophone to watch this video. Okay, in geophone as well, just click on 1080p, you will be able to understand everything right over there. Okay, great. So let's move on from right over there, guys. Please try to do these type of to-dos that I've given for you guys. Please do that. You will be able to develop some hands-on practice. We are starting slow. There's a many number of things that we are going to learn. The topics are going to get harder with time. Okay, because we are starting slow, we are starting with the easy topics. So please try to make sure that you are able to write. Okay, you are able to have the practice of writing code as well, guys. Okay, great. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. What will happen in this particular case? If I'm writing a code inside of Python, let's assume that I'm writing a code inside of Python itself, guys. The code is very simple. Let's have A is equals to 3, B is equals to A is equals to A plus 3, print B, print A. I want you guys to put in the answer of B comma A. What would be the value of B comma A if I've run this entire lines of code? Okay, if I run this particular code itself, if I run this entire code, what will be the answer of B comma A? Can you guys let me know? What will be the answer of B comma A, guys? Can you guys let me know? Can you guys let me know what will be the answer of B comma A, guys? Great. So every single one of you have written the exact right answer except some people who are writing 6,6. So I'll just explain this particular aspect as well once again. So no issues in that. Give me a second. The answer is 3,6, of course, but still I will just explain it to you guys. No issues in that. Let's assume that the first particular line of code, A is equals to 3. When that A is equals to 3 is being running, we create a box called as A, which is a value of 3 inside of it. Okay, we create a box called as A that has a value of 3 inside of it. When we write B is equals to A, now when a variable is on the left hand side, okay, LHS and RHS, okay, when a particular variable, okay, let's say A is on the left hand side, in that particular case A refers to the box. Okay, A refers to the box. When A, that is the variable, is on the right hand side, it refers to the value that it contains. Okay, it refers to the value that it contains inside of it. So if I'm writing B is equals to A, that means A is on the right hand side. That means that it is referring to the value that it contains, that is 3, and B is on the left hand side, so it refers to the box that is called as B itself. So what is happening right over here is, when we are writing B is equals to A, we are creating a box called as B. We are taking 3 out from the box, We're taking 3 out from the box. We are creating a new 3 that is almost similar to this 3. Not the exact 3. It's not the same 3 itself, guys. It's a new 3. It's the exact copy of it. And we are putting this copy inside of B itself. A still has the 3, B has its own 3. So after this little line has been executed, you are still having a 3 inside of A, that's totally different. And you're still having a B, A inside of, 3 inside of B as well, that's totally different. It's not as if you're putting A inside of B. Okay, you're not putting the box of A inside of box of B. You're just putting the value that was there, the same value inside of B itself, guys. Okay, now when you're writing A is equals to A plus 3, again, A is on the left hand side, so this refers to the box. Okay, it refers to the box itself. And A here is on the right hand side, so again it refers to the value. Okay, so the value is 3 right now, so 3 plus 3 is 6. So the value of box A has been changed from 3 to 6. Value of A has been changed from 3 to 6. So now when you are printing B, first 3 will be printed out, and then A will be printed out, that is 6. Okay, so that is how it basically operates. Okay, that's good. So let's move on from right over there, guys. The next particular thing is that if you don't declare a variable, so when you are writing something like A is equals to 3 or B is equals to A, this is called as declaring a variable itself. Okay, this is called as declaring a variable itself. When you're declaring a variable, if you're not declaring a variable, how will Python know what the value of A is? How will Python know what the value of B is? What is B? Python will not understand that itself. This is called as declaring. Okay, declaring a variable itself. This is called as declaring a variable itself. So right over here, if I'm not declared X, I'm not told Python what this X is. Okay, as you're able to see, print X, I'm not told Python what this X is. If I'm running this particular line of code right over here, you're able to see that I'm getting a name error. Arey yaar. Okay, so as I'm able to, you are able to see here, we are able to get a name error right over here. Okay, that name X is not defined. That Python does not know what this X is. Python does not know what this X is right over here. Okay, the next particular thing that we are able to see. Okay, so I will stop right over here. First, I will tell you guys about the attendance criteria. Okay, and the certification criteria, so how the attendance will be taken up, how like the certificates will be distributed, what will the criteria of the getting the certificates itself, all these different things I'll be telling you guys right now. So please focus upon this. I won't be repeating any of this stuff because it takes a lot of effort for me to repeat it. Okay, so please try to understand it in one go. I will not be repeating any of this stuff again and again. Okay, great. So first of all, let me show you guys the certificates associated with this particular bootcamp, guys. Okay, so this particular person has just posted the certificates 2 days ago. So this particular person has got the certificates for machine learning bootcamp that happened in September 2022, as you are able to see. So this is the DevTown certificate that will be issued to you guys from us. Okay, the next particular certificate that you are able to see is by the Developer Students Club right over here. This is the certificate that will be issued to you by Google Developer Students Club. Okay, and the third certificate that you are able to see is from the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program. These are the three. Okay, okay, so as you're able to see right over here, these are the three certificates that are associated with this particular boot camps. Okay, so all these three certificates, so DevTown certificate, the Google certificate, and the Microsoft certificate, that will be issued to you. Now, what are the criteria for these certificates? That is what I'm going to tell you guys right now. Now, why is certificate important? If you guys are asking that, then I don't know why you are here in this boot camp. Certificates are important because you keep them on your resume itself. It is a particular proof that you know something. Okay, you have been a part of a particular boot camp, you learned this particular stuff, and you know that, and this is the validation for that itself. So that is the reason why you add certificates to your resume. Okay, that is why it's important. Okay, so right now I'll be telling you guys what is the criteria for every one of these certificates. The first certificate that you are able to see is via the DevTown. The second certificate that you were able to see is via Microsoft. The third particular certificate that you were able to see is via Google. Okay, so these are the three certificates that are associated with this particular boot camp itself. Okay, with this particular boot camp. Now, every single day for the next 7 days, I will be taking your attendance. I'll be sharing a Google form. Okay, in the class. How will I be sharing the Google form? It will be different every single day. When I will be showing you guys the today's attendance, you will be able to understand that. Okay, so I'll be sharing a Google form with you guys. In that Google form, you will have to fill up your details for your name, your email. Okay, you will have to write that down so that we are able to get your attendance itself. Every single day there will be a new form, a new attendance that you have to fill up. Okay, so for 7 days there will be 7 attendances in total. So those students who will be having 7 out of 7 attendance, and it's like complete 7 out of 7 attendance, those students will be getting the DevTown certificates. Okay, that is 100% attendance. Okay, only those students will be able to get the DevTown certificate. Now this attendance, you will only I will be letting you guys know what will the process. So if you're not live in the class, you will not be able to fill up the attendance as well. So that is the reason why if you are having 7 out of 7 attendance, only then you will be able to get the DevTown certificate. That is 100% attendance. Okay, now every single day in each of these attendance itself, every single day in each of these attendance, I'll be adding one question. I'll be adding one question right over there in the attendance itself. This question will be totally like new every single day. Every day the question will be new, and it will be something that I have told you guys in the class. It will be something that I've told you guys in the class itself. That question can be anything. You will not be able to find it on the internet. Whatever I have taught in today's class, the question will be related to that. It will be an MCQ itself. If you are able to answer that question correctly, for all the 7 days, there will be one question every single day in the attendance form. One question every single day in the attendance form, and that question will be something that I've taught in the class itself. Those students will be having 7 out of 7 questions correct. Correct. Only those students will be getting the Microsoft certificate. If you are able to get all the 7 out of 7 questions correct, only those students we are going to get the Microsoft certificate, and nobody else. Okay, no one else are going to get the Microsoft certificate. These questions aren't something that you will be able to Google and find. I'm telling you guys right now, today's question, you look at it and you let me know if you are able to find it on Google. Okay, and you will have less than 20 minutes to actually fill up the attendance form. So finding it on Google won't help you guys out as well. If you are missing one class, you're not able to come live to one class, you're not listening to me in the class properly, you're doing some kind of funny business on the live chat, and you miss something that I've told you guys up, you're going to miss the certificate as well. The next particular thing, okay, the next particular thing is the Google certificate. Those students who will be receiving the Microsoft certificate, that is 7 out of 7 questions are correct. Okay, that is, they listen to me, as well as at the end of the boot camp, I will be having a small project of Python that we'll be doing it live in the class itself. I'll be giving you some time. Okay, I'll be giving you like 3, 4, 5 days to create that exact same project. I'll be giving you guys the resources, I'll be giving you guys the video as well to create the project. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, I will be asking you to submit that project back to us. Okay, how to submit the project, where to submit the project, I'll be letting you guys know on the 7th day of the boot camp. What is the project? That too I'll be letting you guys guys know on the 7th day of the bootcamp itself. What you need to understand is that I will be coding the entire project live in front of you. That video I'll be giving it to you guys with lifetime access, so that you are able to learn from it and create the project as well. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it, where to submit the project, how to submit the project, what is the project. I will be letting you guys know on the 7th day of the bootcamp. Those students who will be having 7 out of 7 questions correct, 100% attend, because 7 out of 7 questions are correct, that means they have 100% attendance as well, and they have submitted the correct project. Those students will be getting the Google certificate. So it is like you have to get the Microsoft certificate along with that project submission. Project submission as well. Now, why have we done this? Why is this so complicated? Okay, why not just give me the certificate and I will just go off and run away? I don't want to study. If you don't want to study, don't be in this bootcamp. These bootcamps are meant for people who really want to study, okay, who really want to grow, and we need to make sure that we are giving the certificates to only those students who deserve it, so that the value of the certificate remains. When you're putting the certificate on your resume, there should be some value that is being added to your resume. That is the reason why we have such a problematic process for getting the certificates itself. The certificates will be sent to you on your respective email IDs, whatever email ID you are using to fill up your attendance form. Okay, so that is the everything that I want you guys to know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. So for those students who are having some doubts, who are having some questions itself, whatever doubts or questions you are having related to the class, you can just go through the notes itself, okay, where that I provided you guys in the description of the video. You can just go there, you can read through those notes to verify it once again. Try it out. If you are having a practical doubt, try it out. You can code it out as well. You can search on Google, okay, because right now handling doubts of 3,300 students for free is not something that we also have the kind of time for. But never the case, okay, we have made this process a bit difficult, and only those students who are really coming to the class, who are only like listening to me carefully, who are actually learning, will be able to get the certificates as well. Okay. Okay, so all the things are done right over here. Okay, this is the very first class. Yesterday, like I said, there was no attendance, there was nothing right over there. Okay, this was just to let you guys know the class is going to start from today onwards. So today is the first class. Okay, now coming to, so now all these points are something that has been covered right over here. I'm removing everything from my screen. Now it comes to attendance. Okay, so every day the classes will be from 60 to 90 minutes long. Okay, so the classes will be from 60 to 90 minutes long. Let us assume that the class has ended. So class started at 7:30. Class started at 7:30 and the class ended at, let's assume, 8:47. Okay, 8:47. The class ended at 8:47. Somewhere in the middle of the class, anywhere in the middle of the class, I've shown you guys the attendance link. How I'll be showing you guys the attendance link? Someday I will just let you know that the attendance link is on this particular website. Go and find it right over there. It'll be there itself. I'll show you guys the attendance link in the class for just 5 seconds. That's it. I'll share a QR code with you guys. I will share, I will put it on the Discord channel. I'll put it on the Instagram channel. I'll put it in some like hidden place itself. I'll just tell you guys, it'll be easy to find. But if you're not listening to me, you won't be able to get the attendance. You won't be able to get the attendance itself. So for example, if the class has ended at 8:47, you will have exactly 20 minutes after the end of the class. Okay, I've shown you guys the attendance, let's say at 7:45. Okay, at 7:45 itself, I showed you guys the attendance link. Okay, you have from 7:45 to 9:07 to fill the attendance. That is the only time that you have to fill the attendance itself. That's it. That's it. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. You will have 20 minutes. After 20 minutes of the class has been ended. So the class ended at 8:47. After 20 minutes, the attendance link will be closed. If you have not been able to fill up the attendance form, that means you were not there live in the class itself. There is a more than sufficient time to fill up the attendance form. more than sufficient time to fill up the attendance form. Because this is the first class today, I'm not going to enforce this rule today itself, because today is the first class. You want to figure things out, you want to understand stuff, you're not able to figure out stuff itself, you want to take some time. Because this is the first class today, I'm giving you the liberty of having 24 hours to fill up the attendance form. But from tomorrow onwards, after the class has ended, you have 20 minutes to fill the attendance form. If you've not filled, after that the form will be closed, will not be taking in any more attendance. So if you are live in the class, you will be able to fill the attendance form. If you're not live in the class, you are not going to fill up the attendance form. As simple as that. That is just an example. Instagram, Discord is just an example. Okay, look at how I'm going to give the attendance today. Okay, भावनाओं में मत बह जाओ, तुम्हारे पास दिमाग ज़्यादा है नहीं. I've been conducting boot camps, 600, 700 boot camps the past 2 years. I have a lot of experience in handling students. A lot. I've been teaching for almost every month. I'm teaching 1000 students separately that are coming from 90 different colleges. Okay, every month. I've been teaching students on behalf of Google for almost 1.5 years. So I have a lot of experience in handling students. Okay, and I know what goes in your mind and how you guys process stuff. You want to be funny in the live chat, be funny. Okay, but to me, it's not funny. It's dumb as fuck. Okay, when I look at these comments. Okay. So the point being that you will have 20 minutes after the end of the class to fill up the attendance form. If you have not filled up the attendance form up till then, you're not going to get the attendance for that day. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. No, I'm not an IITian. I never went to an IIT. I never went to an NIT. Whatever I did it on my own. And that is the reason why sometimes I can be a bit cocky as well. But the point is, I'm cocky because of one reason, that for me, it's not like I don't feel that I'm superior to somebody. I don't feel like that. I know that for me, it was all about hard work. The more hard work I poured in, the better I got with time. And I know that everybody right over here in this boot camp, if you are putting in the hard work, I'm able to see the hardworking person in the, like, I'm able to meet somebody as hardworking as there can be. Like, I really appreciate that and respect that particular person. But I've seen people like just putting up shit in the live chat. I don't respect them at all. These kind of people, like, if it would have been possible for me to conduct these things on Zoom, I would have kicked them out of the class very like back itself. Because it's a free boot camp, we don't charge anything for this. We cannot conduct it on Zoom itself because that's a very costly platform. But we cannot afford that. Okay, I don't want to put my money into this. Why would I put my money? I'm not gaining anything from DevTown. The only thing that I'm gaining is that I like to teach. I teach right over here. I work in the morning, I come back, I teach. It's fine with me. I love teaching. That's the reason why. And some people pisses me off, but I cannot do anything about it. So no issues. But for those guys who are here to learn, I'm always there for you. Whatever you need, I will always be able to provide you guys with that. Okay, you never have to worry about anything. You want to learn, I will help you guys with everything that is possible. Okay. Great. So now that you have able to understand this, today's attendance sheet, I'm going to create it right now. I'm going to hide my display for a few minutes. So I know everything is black behind me. Do not worry about it. I have done that personally. Okay, so you don't need to start screaming, "Sir, it's black. I'm not able to see anything behind you." I know that is what I have done. So you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay. So anyway, it's great meeting you guys, man. Like, I hope that you guys are here to learn and you will be focusing upon the learning aspect in the future as well. Okay, there's a lot that we have to do. Okay, we started out pretty slow today. Okay, we wanted to make sure that we are able to cover at least 35% of what we should have, but we haven't done that. So tomorrow I might be extending the class a bit as well. Do not worry about it. But tomorrow there will be another class for those students who are a part of the HTML, CSS and the Google Drive bootcamp itself. The project will be happening tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So please be ready for that as well. Okay, I'm just creating the question for today. Give me a second. Okay, the question, you have to answer it carefully. If you are answering it wrong, okay, your attendance for that day is not counted. Okay, that means that you are not there in the class itself. That is what I consider it. Okay, I consider it that you are not there in the class itself. So I'm just drafting the question right now. Give me 5 minutes. Just thinking about what question should I ask. I'm just creating the question, guys. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, so I've created the question as well. A very simple question. If somebody is putting in the wrong answer, their attendance is totally gone for that particular day. So please remember that. And today you have 24 hours to fill up the attendance sheet. Okay, but from tomorrow onwards, we'll have only 20 minutes after the end of the class to fill it up. So that too, I'm giving you guys because this is the first thing. That is the reason why. Responses, I need to make sure that limit to one response. Okay, allow response editing. No, you cannot edit the response. Okay, that's great. I've copied it. I need to create the QR for today. Okay, so how many you guys do not understand what QR is or how to scan a QR code? I hope that everybody knows how to scan a QR code, guys. Okay, for those guys who don't know how to scan a QR code, I'll just explain it to you guys. It's very simple. It's a QR code. Okay, what you have to do is you can take a screenshot. Let me just day 2. Okay, so I will be showing you a QR code on the screen right now. First of all, this is a YouTube video, so you can pause the video. You can, and this video will be available for the rest of your life on YouTube as well. So if you are able to see right over here, if I'm going to on YouTube, let me open up my screen. Okay, so I will show you my screen as well right now. So I'm going to DevTown, my channel. I'm going to my channel right over here. I'm scrolling down below. In videos, you are able to see that all the previous boot camps that we had, you are able to get all the videos right over here. Every single one of these videos you are able to see right over here itself. That means that this video is going to be available for you guys for the rest of your life. You can pause a video, you can rewind a video. Okay, you can take down the time at which I've shown the QR code, whatever you want to do. You pause the video, take a screenshot, get the QR code. You can use another device. If you are having an Android phone, you can use an Android phone. You can use the Google Lens of an Android phone. You can download some apps from the Play Store to scan a QR code itself. There are websites where you can upload a picture of a QR code to scan it. Okay, you can use all these different tricks. If you don't know, do a simple Google search. Okay, I can expect at least how to scan a QR code. You should be able to understand it. Secondly, if you're having an iOS device, you can directly use the camera of the iOS device to scan the QR code. If you're having like, you can use your Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, anything to scan the QR code. It will also scan the QR code and open up the Google form itself. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, I've already tried it as well. It's working totally fine. Okay, if you still don't understand how to scan a QR code, do a Google search. You guys are coming to a boot camp on programming. Scanning a QR code, opening up a QR code is something that I expect from you guys. You should be able to do it. Okay, that kind of basic information I think so I can expect from you guys. Okay, so I'm showing you guys the QR code right now. Give me a second. So this is the QR code, guys. It will be on my screen for the next 5 minutes, and then I will be ending up the boot camp. Okay, so this is the QR code, guys. You can go ahead, take up a screenshot, scan it, whatever the case is. And yeah, now that it is done. Okay, you have to scan the QR code, fill the Google form. Please use the same exact like email address, whatever you are using for the rest of the 7 days as well. Do not change the email address. Do not change your name as well. Please make sure that your name spelling is absolutely correct. Now I will be ending the class, guys. We will be meeting tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll be meeting tomorrow again at the same time, 7:30, and we'll be continuing with the class. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I hope that I've shown the correct QR code. Let me just check once. Okay, I've shown the correct QR code itself. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.